Regis, man, I can't say enough about this. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to bring out the best in Devin for the people. You know what I'm saying? We can't, we're not looking for no pushovers. Everybody that we pulled up to, you know what I mean? Either we fought them or they declined to fight him. Either we put something on the table, right? Or we waited on them to put something on the table. Devin is the best fighter in the world, man. And definitely, inshallah, after this victory and dominate in a dominating fashion. Because here, Mr. Regis Prograis said that he want to start boxing. No, guy. You know what I'm saying? Come in and do some of that destructive shit to Mr. Pillow Fisted, Devin Haney, that you said, no, I might start boxing. No, because when you feel that shit, you know what I mean, you're going to back up like everybody else do. You know what I mean? But the only thing that's different is when you back up, we might come get you.
He didn't want to box. He wanted to actually prove that he could punch with you. He was like, what the fuck is this nigga, right? Oh, okay, you want to go to sleep. You tired.
Welcome to BodyWork. Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to BodyWork Boxing. Man, the most delicious crow I've ever had. I'm telling you, the most delicious crow I've ever had was served in San Francisco, California. And the chef was the young Lord Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? I salute the young man. This is what I've been waiting for. Now I think that the energy, I think that about half, I would say closer to 40-50% of the energy that the Devin Haney fans have towards, his greatness is now warranted. I was one of the guys always saying, man, y'all put the cart before the horse when we really break down things and break down who these fighters were, break down the fact that Devin Haney has always had the height, the reach, the size, and the age advantage over everybody he's faced. I mean, not that any of that has changed, but Devin Haney at least allowed me the ability to be able to say, you know what, Devin Haney has a unique set of skills. You know what I'm saying? I always call him the professor. And I also said I'm going to be true to form, and I'm going to do exactly what I said I am, because that's the kind of fan I am. That's the kind of content creator I am. He just put himself in my Boxers to Watch collection. Yeah, I've been calling him the professor. I say that as far as the young crop of fighters, you know what I'm saying? Even though Tank is not in the young crop of fighters, in my opinion. He's like right in the middle. Him and Inouye is in the middle when you talk about the young crop of fighters, because you had the Terrence Bud Crawfords, you had the Regis Prograis, the Lomas, you got the Better Bibbs, the Bibbles, all of them. Them guys are significantly older. Tank, Inouye, they like right in the middle. But in the young crop of fighters, I would say that Devin Haney is the smartest one out of them all. When I look at the skill set and I look at the natural universe-given talent that he has, I think that with the talent he has and what his father's been able to do and how they've been able to move that chess piece all over the board, I would say that they are very strategic. They know how to play chess. And I can absolutely, undoubtedly, unequivocally explain and stand on the fact, if I was ever in a debate where I was for Devin Haney, that if you are a one-sided, non-adjustment making fighter, Devin Haney, you're not going to be able to beat him. That's an absolute now. That's something I can check off, because like a lot of the naysayers of the Devin Haney camp is that he couldn't do certain things, that he was limited in certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like he was limited in power and this and this and that. The thing is, man, Devin Haney has an IQ. He has a boxing IQ. And I know that reach advantage is something that he really, really harps on. He basically told Regis, you reach, I teach. You reach, I teach. You know what I'm saying? That's all he was doing. You reach, I teach. And my question to Regis is, what were y'all working on in camp? Regis? Julian Chu. I saw the compassion. I heard the compassion on the sideline. I heard some of the threats, the idle threats he was saying to Regis. And I'm like, I heard a statement where Regis basically said, if I'm successful like I am in training camp, there's no way. And every time I was one of the main ones saying and highlighting the fact that Regis said, I'm stopping Devin Haney. I'm stopping. I always made a joke saying that he sounded like he had Tourette's. I'm stopping Devin Haney. And if not, I'm brutalizing Devin Haney for 12 straight rounds. It's going to be 12 straight rounds of punishment. And we didn't see that, Regis. And I'm thinking, man, what were y'all working on in camp? Like, what were y'all truly working on in camp? There were no adjustments being made. In my notes, I would say that by the fourth round, Regis Prograis looked lost. By the fourth round, Regis Prograis looked lost. I think he got dropped in the third. You know what I'm saying? Got caught, ran into some, some things. You know what I'm saying? Ran right in. You know what I'm saying? Didn't tap, didn't come around on the side door. Didn't double jab and then try to disguise. You know what I'm saying? The left hand, like he just, it was elementary. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really not going to take away from Devin Haney's performance based on the performance of Regis. I just know that going into this fight, Devin Haney, like he always has, he had the reach advantage. It was 5 inches. You know what this fight told me? This fight told me that before, when I used to think that somebody like Isaac Pitbull Cruz or somebody like that could probably have their way with Devin Haney because of the threat, of that power punch and the awkwardness and the relentlessness of a Isaac Pitbull Cruz, even though he got a hard head. You know what I'm saying? He got the top of his head where most people hit. Everybody know that's a vulnerable spot. Back in the day, they knew that was a very vulnerable spot. So you would take punches by dipping your head, knowing that, people's knuckles weren't going to be able to take the crown of the head. But looking at Isaac Pitbull Cruz and Devin Haney, where I used to think that Isaac Pitbull Cruz had a chance, now I know that Isaac Pitbull Cruz wouldn't have a chance against Devin Haney. If you are a one-sided fighter that can't make adjustments, I don't care if you're southpaw or orthodox, because we've seen this with Kambosos. Once again, limited arm reach. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney once again had the reach advantage over him. If you are a one-dimensional fighter and Devin Haney has the reach advantage over you, you're not going to be able to beat him, especially if you can't make adjustments. I was astonished at the fact that, like, at one point in time, it was like Regis looked like a newborn baby or a toddler when they go out and take their first step and they just drunk. I mean, he knocked the Moulin Rouge out of Regis Prograis, aka the itchy, yeah. He knocked all of that out of Regis Prograis, and there were no answers. That's what I kept saying, man. No answers. After every round, no answers. And I realized this is another thing when it comes down to the scoring criteria. In that first round, more than likely that first round, which we got to start watching. And I ask you all who are watching and listening to take accountability for this. In the first round of a fight, when it's a fill-out round, typically we'll tend to give that round to the person that we favor. So me, myself, after the first round, I always sit back and say, all right, is it because you like this dude or you want this dude to win that you want to give it to him? When either party doesn't do anything to really separate themselves. I want you all to be conscious of that when you're judging these fights. So in the first round, I probably gave that to Regis. And after that, it was a complete and utter, he deconstructed and decomposed, and you reach, I teach on Regis. And Regis kept trying to go through that front door. And I heard somebody earlier, I was watching another podcast, man, another gentleman said, man, this was almost reminiscent. This wasn't as bad, but this was almost reminiscent of the Bud and Spence fight. To where the same approach, the same strategy, like coming straight in the front door. You ain't gonna knock and then come around the side. You ain't gonna double jab. You ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna dip, dodge. You're not gonna move your feet. You're not gonna step over. You're not gonna like rip to the body. Like, you're not gonna do anything but then try to go straight into that front door. And it was just like, man, Devin was just like, all right, he doing the same old thing. And then one point in time, he was just like, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, Regis. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're elite, you gotta be able to make adjustments. You know, I salute Regis. You know what I'm saying? And I found myself a lot of times in a lot of these fights where it's no other real advocate on the other side rooting for any of these guys. I find myself being the one that say, you know what, I'm gonna root on this guy. You need a nemesis. You need somebody with that kind of energy that's actually going to represent the other side and actually build up the other side, because let's be honest, they saw something in the Zorilla fight and they saw that Regis was limited in his footwork. If I was a little birdie, I would want to know if him and Shakur ever had a conversation, because it was a rumor that Shakur actually sparred Regis Haney and gave Regis everything that he wanted. It was a rumor in sparring that he did that. You know what I'm saying? Now, some of us put Shakur Stevenson on a different level than a Devin Haney. I think that the levels might have gotten a little bit closer in this aspect. But I was like, well, if Devin can actually duplicate some of the things that Shakur was actually successful at when he actually sparred Regis Prograis, we could see that played out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest. This is the best pro I've ever had. As a person that analyzes and criticizes Devin Haney on a regular basis, only because of all the things that goes at Tank and all of the politics. If we put politics to the side, I can say that Devin Haney actually gained my respect. I mean, he gained Regis' respect as early as the 3rd round. In the 4th round, he looked lost. In the 8th round, I said that Devin had already broke his will in the 8th round. And we can say what we want, but Devin Haney made Regis Prograis put his hands in his pocket. So this was one of the times where I wouldn't even say it was speed. I would say precision actually beat power, neutralized power, negated power, gave power no answer. There were no answers. There were no adjusters. I can hear the frustration in the corner of Regis. And I was just like, I mean, this fight, surprisingly, the fight went by so fast, but by about, you looked up and it was like you in the 6th round. It's like, what happened? It's just like Regis ain't doing anything. It was just like watching, it was like Groundhog Day, watching the same round every time, where Regis was making the same mistake, coming in on them baby legs, you know what I'm saying, trying to, I don't know what it was, but he couldn't step over, he didn't get up under, swinging at the air. It was, you know, at point in time, it was embarrassing. And I'm actually going to say this. I'm going to go on record and say this. It was a point in time where Devin Haney actually showed Regis Prograis mercy. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing. I think that unlike the Shakur Stevenson fight, when we saw Shakur take on De Los Santos, even though I'm still a big Shakur fan, y'all got to take over everybody. You know what I'm saying? Got to put that out there. But I think in the results of the Shakur Stevenson fight, I think that the Shakur and Tank fight, I think that performance made the Tank and Shakur fight take a step back. Well, in this performance that Devin put on, I think that it made a Tank and Devin fight take a step forward. But there is a Tank dilemma, because right now we're actually hearing that Devin Haney wants to go up to 147 and he got eyes on Keith Thurman. People are coupling him up with Boots. And I was like, you know, part of me is like, yes, it's finally over. Because I've been waiting for the politics and all that other stuff, all this nasty stuff, all the stuff where the person on the opposite end of a Devin Haney, they always get torn down. I've been waiting for that to go up in a way, you know what I'm saying, and let, you know, bygones be bygones and let the divisions settle in, you know, just like Shakur has that WBC belt. You know what I'm saying? Devin dropped all the belts. Now he's a 140 champion. Now he's looking at the likes of Rolly Ramirez with the WBA. He got Teofimo Lopez with the WBO. Sabril Matias with the IBF. And now he has the WBC as he relieved Regis Prograis of that title. You know what I'm saying? Well done, young man. This is all I ever wanted. You know what I'm saying? So now a lot of the Devin Haney, you know, only fans, they're actually kind of like, they're like 40-50% justified with all of the knob gobbling and the knee pad wearing the throat coat using that they actually do, the tonsil jewelry that they actually display. Now they kind of warranted. I'm like, okay, I see why you wear your tonsil jewelry now. I see why you put those knee pads on for Devin. You know what I'm saying? And again, he showed flashes of brilliance. By the third round, I said, oh man, by the was it the second round? A sneaky uppercut. And he showed elements of the same thing that he showed with Kambosos when I said, man, Devin got a little mean side to where if he use it right, knowing his distance, he can jab, you know what I'm saying? He can come back with that uppercut, you know what I'm saying? He can hook off of it, he can pivot, and if you're not looking and you're not paying attention, he can jab you and he can really like tee off on you. And I said, those are the things that I wanted to see. You know, I think that he was vicious with lead lefts to the body to Regis. I mean, he was taking and showing initiative with lead right hands, you know, trying to gauge, you know, the results of this fight with a Tank fight. I wouldn't do it, you know what I'm saying, only because Tank has always had the disadvantage, and he still has the highest power punch connect rate. That don't matter if you 6 feet like Mario Barrios. It don't matter if you small like Isaac Pitbull Cruz, you know what I'm saying, or slightly above him in Leo Santa Cruz. He's still going to connect with his power punches. And in this fight, Devin, he didn't reach the 40% that actually showed domination. Even though he showed domination in this fight, he was up around 33% on his power punches. But Regis per rate only landed 10%. And I'm like, what kind of game plan? What went wrong? Regis was real humble, and he said, look, man, Devin definitely hits a little bit harder. He's definitely better all around it. And I think that Devin served Regis a little bit of humble pie. Because at every angle, every flank, you know what I'm saying, Regis, I'm going to stop Devin Haney. I'm going to stop Devin Haney. He's a private school kid. He this and this and that. Well, Devin Haney actually schooled Regis publicly. And I love the fact that that's why I'm always going to still rock with Regis' program, because he handled it like a champ. He gave Devin his credit. You know what I'm saying? I think that he was very humble. He didn't go back to his locker room. You know what I'm saying? Because we've seen people get disappointed, a la Rolly, a la another heavyweight, get dismantled, and just walk back in the locker room being a poor sport. Regis was a great sport. You know what I'm saying? His face was marked up. This one of the performances, because I also said that Gamboa could go to the club after that. This was a performance where Regis, I don't think Regis could go to the club after this one. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking forward, and I'm thinking that, man, everything should be relying on the fans pushing for a Tank and Devin now. I think we got closer, but I think if we let this fight get away and we let Devin go up to 147, a Tank fight is never going to happen. Because I always say that Tank is Devin Haney's fatal attraction. I don't like the energy, because you know Bill and Devin and DHP, they do this after every fight. I don't like the energy that's being put out there as far as a Tank fight right now. You know what I'm saying? They want to just take a on Mayweather. They want to take a on Tank, and they always say, "Oh, well, you don't have to devalue this fight or do that." But this is all they've ever done, from the mug shots and the things they done with Tank. Like, regardless of whether they like it or not, Tank linked up with Adrian Broner, got introduced with Floyd Mayweather. The rest was history. Tank still had to get in the ring and actually, you know what I'm saying, earn his paycheck. And that's what made him the item, the attraction that everybody comes out to see. The one that gets Madonna out on a Saturday night to come see a fight. I didn't see Madonna out there in no stands. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like the energy that's going towards, you know, Tank and the company, you know, whatever. He is that guy, but to come out and say that, you know, you don't have to downgrade or denigrate another, you know, fighter, and then that's all they've done with Tank. That's the only part that I wish I could change. Other than that, man, listen, Devin shut me up. He made me eat crow. You know what I'm saying? This is all I ever wanted from Devin. You know what I'm saying? I happily, that money I bet on Regis, you know what I'm saying? And that money I pay on this pay-per-views, because I've been supporting Devin Haney all this time and watching his fights and keeping up with him, because I'm like, who is this young man? You know what I'm saying? Even Eddie and DAZN, they grew on me over time. You know, but this is all I ever wanted. I actually wanted the things that I saw inside the ring to match the tone and the complexion of what everybody was saying outside the ring. And now, you know what I'm saying, you actually have my respect. I'm gonna do a boxer to watch, and I'm a title with The Professor, starring Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? He's he has an IQ. I think between matchmaking, and I do still want to see him fight somebody closer to his age. I do want to see him fight somebody that actually knows how to close distance. And for real, I really want to see him still fight Tank. You know what I'm saying? That's the fight that we should be asking for. We shouldn't be asking him to go up to 47 unless he's going right up there to go see somebody like Boots. You know what I'm saying? If not, I would love to see him fight Regis and Hitchens. I would love to see him fight a Regis and Hitchens. This fight looked almost completely identical to Regis and Hitchens versus Sean Jose Zepeda. Identical. You know what I'm saying? I think Regis and Hitchens has a little bit more power. But I would love to see Devin Haney and Regis and Hitchens. I heard that T.O. sent Sabril Matias an offer. He wants to fight in February. Sabril Matias say, hey, I'm dealing with this hand injury. Let's do it in March or April. I don't know what's going on. But I would take a Rolly and a Devin at this point. You know, I would think I would take a Devin and a Ryan at this point. You know, I don't think that he should go to 47 unless he's going to go see Boots. And, you know, I'm not even going to give my prediction on that because right now I think that fight is too far-fetched. Anyways, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to eat my crow. I'm a man of my word. I salute Devin Haney. Salute the Bill for what he was able to do. They came through. You know, they didn't do what they said they was going to do and turn Regis into a meme. You know what I'm saying? But he did more than enough to actually, you know what I'm saying, give Devin some consideration as far as the set of skills that he has, how opportunistic he is, and his boxing IQ. I gotta give him that. He used his boxing IQ. He did what me and my old head said to where, look, don't go in there trying to knock him out. Don't get greedy. Don't even give him his Linares moment. Stick and move. Jab your way, you know what I'm saying, right hand your way, which is the kryptonite to the southpaw, and do all of that. He had Regis walking into some stuff. He was opportunistic, and he showed poise. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't ask for more from Devin Haney. Now I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Now I ain't got to go at his fans as hard because the performance actually warranted some of the comments. Anyways, let me know what you think about the fight. You know what I'm saying? And what you took away from it. What's the next move? Can we get a Tank and Devin fight before he goes to 147? You know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments section. And thanks for everybody who rock with me here with Bodywork Boxing, where we don't take things for face value. We do that body work. Welcome to